Hi everyone, hope you're all doing well. If you've not met me before, I'm Tony. This channel's Second Birth, which I originally started just to share my Christian journey, um, and I kind of started sharing my art journey and things along the way, which is all part of the same journey really. And I got a bit confused about which direction to take things in, but I just decided in the end it's about my journey, whatever direction I'm going in really, rather than trying to be just one theme as a channel. But there are things that I sort of continuously do, like recently I've been adding in I do a lot of like 3D practice and stuff. So when I've been making animations, um, I've been adding them to a playlist. So they're all like I've kept them all as a theme, like Christian themed ones that people can use themselves in their own like Christian videos. I figured that'd be a way to serve the body of Christ, um, and it's something that I'm doing anyway. So if I keep it all to a sort of theme, if I can. There are bits and pieces I do that aren't on that theme. I'll just keep them to myself. They're not really used to anyone. Like I'm modelling a car at the moment, but anything that is on that theme, I'll share it. And no like time scale on it. Really. I'll just keep adding to that playlist. So check back there now and then and see if there's anything you'd like to use. And so I'll keep doing that. Um, as soon as I can get materials and things again, I'll get back into sharing some more art content as well. And most of that tends to be like on a Christian theme, really. I always come back to that. That's what I think that's where my heart is really what I want to be doing. So it comes back to that usually. Even if I try doing something else, it ends up coming back to that. Um, so I'll do that. But what I've really been feeling the urge lately is just to come on camera and just talk and share my voice because the way things are currently in communist UK and laws changing all the time, got non-crime hate incidents and very Orwellian at the moment. Just sort of coming on and sharing my voice while I'm still allowed to, and not put in the gulag for it, kind of thing. But um, yeah, I mentioned that the other day. Actually, it's the reason I've had that St George's flag in the window for quite a while, but because that blind fell down, I put that there to cover the window. But I got that other one more recently, and I put that Jesus one, like Jesus with the English flag on it. Put that in the window, and I've been a bit down about things, and thinking about this country and this like in general anyway, but thinking about this country and the way things are going, and just looking like a lot of people talk about civil war and things like that now, and there's a lot of anger out there the way things are going. People's lives have been really messed up lately, and well, not just lately, for years and years now, betrayed by the government, and it's quite a mess. And in all, just like nothing works in the country, everything's a mess, and you expect just to pay for everything and just be happy about it, and other people will just freeload, and it's just in so many angles. Don't really know where to start really, but um, I thought I'd sort of generally maybe I could talk on that, maybe share like some people share like videos that they and do like a commentary on it. Maybe I could do some bits like that every now and then if something's on my mind or I've seen something. Um, and I know they're going to edit a lot more stuff now. They've got this what's it called, Online Safety Act, and they're trying to make it out about keeping kids away from bad content they shouldn't see. But it's straight away like almost immediately after they brought that out, they're silencing people with it. So you can sort of see where that's heading and the internet in general. And I mean, we all take it for granted, don't we? The internet, we don't know, and we can all share stuff, but I don't know how we're all going to keep sharing information and just talking openly and honestly with people and seeing all these like boots on the ground journalism. People are filming events on the like live streaming and stuff. I don't know how much longer we're going to be able to do all of that. We sort of just assume it's going to go on forever, but I don't know. I've got my doubts about that. And so I thought, yeah, just for me, I don't know what exactly I'm going to talk about, but I'll just come on and just share my thoughts and just more like this, like a general just talking. Um, I hope the mic sounds all right because I've got it just. It's like one I've done my voiceovers with in the past. This microphone, but it's a bit far away from me at the moment. I should really have it sort of close, but hopefully it sounds okay. And yeah, just like to talk about stuff. I really like to get. I'd like to get the opinion of like other Christians and things, how they feel about like being proud of your country and like for me, I sort of share this stuff. It's like I'm an English Christian, so that's what it means to me. But then other people will look at that and they see it as pretty much like a swastika or something. Whereas it's nothing like that. It's just we've been browbeaten so long. We're sort of expected not to have any national pride or identity or anything. Whereas for me, I'm a Christian. Like ultimately, my identity is in Christ. That's what really matters. I belong to His kingdom. But I still live in a country, and we're expected to sort of operate in those borders, which we don't seem to have anymore. We're to operate in our nations, aren't we, and have rules and live godly lives. Our government's meant to look after us, keep us safe, and all of that. And they're failing right now, even on that. They can't keep it. Well, not they can't. It seems like they deliberately don't want to keep us safe. It seems to me like a lot of trouble is brewing, and it's deliberately being stirred that way. But um, I just see it. There's this event in London on the 13th of September. I made a quick video about that actually, and shared a psalm, um, Psalm 20. It's relevant to that. But this big event in London, not the last one. I think there's one last year. That was a big one in the middle of London by Tommy Robinson and a bunch of others again, old Jordan Peterson and some other people you've probably heard of, and like big names and that. So I'm sure it'll be a big event, and the way people feel in the country right now, like the general sentiment, I think I'm sure it'll be a huge turnout, and it's a chance for us all to show who we are, like not being angry or well, we are angry. A lot of people are angry, but anger can be directed, can't it? It's only negative when you start sort of being violent and horrible to people, and it turns you into a monster kind of thing. But directing anger, like if you have righteous anger against unjust rules and laws and against kids being hurt and women being hurt, and I don't know what words I can say on YouTube, but um, against all of that sort of stuff, it's good to feel anger towards that stuff and not be apathetic and be a coward and wait for someone else to sort your problems out for you. And I think that's a good thing. People stand up and protect. Like the Bible even says, love always. It gives a definition for love, and part of it's love always protects. You should protect those who can't protect themselves, and that's a good thing. It's a noble thing, and as long as you don't get carried away and whoever's causing the problems in society and doing all these barbaric acts and things, don't become like them in the process of trying to sort your problems out. Don't want to lower to that level. There's something special about us as a country, and we put up with a lot. But I think when it comes to it, we're not going to be just a pushover. I think we are start. I can really see it now. That's one good positive thing I've seen is we're coming together. A lot of people talking about unity, and as a Christian, I view that as true unity is when we're all pulling together as a country with the same principles that bind us together and having that trust in Jesus and His word and His teachings. And at the end of the day, that's what formed us as a nation. And it's like I think you have to think about: is it enough to just enjoy the fruits of that, but not really value it and lose it, or do we value that and we're willing to stand up for it? I think that's part of what's happening right now. People have been forced to take a side. Really, it's becoming like that now, isn't it? You can either pick one side or the other. You see a lot of these churches and things now, like the visible church, which is it's a horrible thing, really, because it pushes people away. People might be searching, and then they see these visible churches around them who've gone woke with all these flags and their own flags in the windows, and it's nothing to do with Jesus, and it goes against the Bible. And isn't it interesting? I think that's drawing a lot of people to the to Bible and Jesus as well. Like they're seeing the world around and the clear evil, and how what these Christians are talking about and the good way to live and everything is actually what all these rules and things are trying to push in our society, forcing us to celebrate all this sinful behaviour and stuff, which is destroying our society. And people are thinking, oh, maybe these Christians have got maybe they're onto something. You look into it. I even saw like Tommy Robinson said that after he come out of prison, he had a Bible there and he was reading the Bible and he was saying, yeah, it's all there in the Bible. And it is. It's amazing when people a lot of people that criticise the Bible and Christianity that I've never read it. And I know, like for me, um, I was interested at the time. It was like kung fu, and I was interested in that. And we had like the Tao Te Ching, and they were talking about chi and all of that. And I believe in like the energy of the chi energy and all that stuff. But um, but it's not like the universe, like this um, indescript sort of thing. You can make it whatever you want in your own mind, can't you? Which is the problem. Like that's what mankind's always done. There's one God, one real true God, this loving Creator. But instead of turning to Him and asking for His forgiveness and accepting His sacrifice on the cross, we rather carry on as we are, be our own God, or create a God in our own image, make our own rules up. There's that saying, isn't it? I'm not sure where that came from. That God made mankind in His own image, and we've forever been trying to repay the compliment. It's true, isn't it? We create God in our own image, the way we want Him to be, accepting our sin, and but He's holy and He's perfect, and it doesn't mean like you come to Jesus, you're not necessarily going to be holy and perfect, and you're meant to be aiming towards perfection. Like you should be on a journey and moving forward and growing, and it's all part of the thing. Everyone comes to Christ, and you're sort of broken, fallen. You've messed up yourself, and you come to Him, and He starts to fix you up and change things for you. And I know He did that for me. Like instantly, like He changed my desires, and I started desiring Him and like worship music. And I used to listen to all this heavy like drum and bass music and everything. And the instant I changed to Him, it changed. I wanted to listen to hymns, and it was just like an instant thing. But it's not to say everything changes instantly. And I think He does that deliberately. He gives you like challenges, and you need to sort of not acknowledge your need for Him. And if He just fixed your entire life in one go, it would you'd forget your need for Him, wouldn't you? But it's a growing thing, and we learn through growing and all the trials and things in life. And being Christian is not easy, and it can be, like I say, it can be confusing when you first become Christian. You kind of um, you go on YouTube and you get things like, for example, you get like these prosperity teachers, and of course they're popular because they're telling you come to Jesus and He'll just give you everything you want and you'll be rich. And if you're a really godly person, you'll have like your own jet and everything. But really, all it is it's just like a pyramid scheme. They just get you to pay them money, and they're using all your money to buy all this stuff. And people are giving them money, being told they'll be blessed if they give them money. People that can't afford to give them money, like they might be have a sick family member and they want them to be healed or something, and they're just giving them money. And these snake oil salesmen are just taking it and using it for themselves. But it's disgusting. But this kind of stuff goes on out there, and the only way to really protect yourself, because you can listen to a man, listen to anyone, listen to me, listen to anyone. I can tell you one thing, but you'll never truly know it unless you dig into it yourself and read the Bible and pray and ask God to open your eyes to it and reveal His truth to you. And it comes, and it's amazing how it works sometimes, and how He speaks to you in ways that you think, oh, only God knew that, and this happened, or it's that kind of thing. I think that's partly why, and that's the way I try to live. I don't like telling the world all my problems and things, because I tell God, and then when something happens to rectify it or help me out, I know it's come from Him then, because I haven't told anyone else. And those kind of things help your faith. And yeah, and then maybe after the event you can kind of talk about things. Um, but this is, I say, I sort of go off a bit, but this is kind of what I wanted to do: just come on camera, start talking naturally, and then things come to my mind, and I can just talk on stuff then. And I'm sure as I get going, if people have questions and things, I can come on with something in mind, talk, and then maybe I'll go off on some other tangent anyway. But I think it's all interesting stuff to talk about. And like I say, I can share videos and things on here, and if anyone's got questions, or like I say, if you're a new Christian, maybe if I don't, I'll try and help. But maybe if I don't have the answers, I can point you in the right direction. I've sort of been around the block long enough now to sort of see um, who's some of the teachers that are a bit problematic out there, or the ones that are really solid. And um, even then, I mean, you can find a teacher and you might not agree with everything on them, but as long as they've got all the main stuff in that's solid, you can still differ slightly. That was something I struggled with when I was first a Christian. I expected to align on everything with everyone, but it doesn't work that way. You're all going to have slightly different takes on things, and sometimes Bible passages there can be a couple of ways you could possibly interpret what's been said, but it's not the core things really. It's and I think we're meant to kind of meant to keep digging and learning, and but I think one thing that does help is if when you are learning and stuff, just and I think this is where a lot of teachers and things end up going astray, is where they all go off on their own path because they don't come together and pray together, and then the Holy Spirit teaches them together, and then listen to that and acknowledge where we're wrong and adapt and go in the direction we've been pushed. But that doesn't seem to happen a lot. People, I think pride comes into it a lot. We'll tend to sort of we'll use our own understanding, we'll find something that works like a structure and the way we understand the Bible and things, and then we don't want to budge from that once we've got our head around it, and that's our belief, and we'll fight to the death for it. But it shouldn't really be like that. But we just need to remember, yeah, just show grace to each other, and um, you never know. Like sometimes someone could be all their life pretty much. Like say they've been a Christian for 20 years, and then you've got someone else who's only been Christian a year, and they've got tons to learn. Might be a bit zealous and things because they think they found the truth and they know it all. But even then, you have to be a bit graceful and patient. It teaches you that, doesn't it? Grace and patience, and like people have had to be patient with me in the past. I'm learning and things, and it's just yeah, it's just part of the journey. But that it all teaches you something, and I think that's the sort of stuff I'd like to talk about really. And I think I'll share my testimony as well. I've shared it in the past, but um, like I said, I'm not sure how many of these like longer, highly edited types of videos of music and things I'll do in the future. Maybe I'll do some, but um, most of them just tend to die a death anyway. I get a couple that might do well, but it's a lot of time and effort goes into it. Or I'm better off just talking really. I know this one's a bit all over the place, but if I start a chat with a bit more of a topic in mind, it might go a bit smoother. It'd be nice to hear if anyone is interested in that kind of thing in the comments below. Get some feedback because that's something I don't tend to get that much of nowadays. Don't really get that much feedback or people leaving comments and things. Sometimes they do, but and I appreciate that. But I don't know if it's where people watch a lot on like mobile phones and things nowadays, or maybe that's why it's a bit harder to sort of comment and all that stuff on there. But be nice to have a little bit of to and fro. Um, like I say, maybe I'll do that on the next video. I'll sort of start off by explain how I became a Christian and my testimony, um, and then I'll see where it goes from there. Really, not sort of plan too far ahead. Just take it as it comes, and yeah, I think I'll leave it there really before I babble on too long. But that's the kind of idea anyway. And if you got any thoughts or questions or like anything I've touched on here, or any videos you'd like to hear about, or my perspective on it, doesn't mean I've got all the answers, but I can give you my perspective on things as long as people are polite. And um, yeah, I guess that's it really. So I guess until next time, onwards.